Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. All right, so I've just been spending a little bit more time getting this set up as perfect as I can. And then I'm going to start going for it. I think I'm going to go from the outside. Start here, start on this side and go, no, actually, yes, start here and go back. Everything is tight. Everything looks good. I've got weights inside the bag. Hold it down. Problem is I'm gonna probably be going like this. So I'm gonna need this here. It's always sort of making it work over here. You know? You gotta make it work. This light is really good. I got it off Amazon maybe a year or two ago for camping. But turns out it's alright. It works pretty good here too. Let's see. Ah, it's so dark. It actually is pretty dark. This light is not really bright enough. Let's go a little bit higher. There we go. Now we're cooking. Okay, so I'm gonna go. Got 3 of these 1.2 kg weights on the corner at the bottom edge, bottom seam, to make sure it's down so this webbing is pulled tight and straight. Once this is on, that's it. And I'm filming now. I really just wanted to, I'm sitting here doing it and it's so sort of tedious. And I kind of wanted to show that. Show the tediousness of it. The tediness of it. I'm always, I guess this is a benefit of being a solo maker, is that I get to enjoy putting it together without needing to be assembly line. You know, I get to, every time I put a pocket together or a strap or the hardware, you know, I get to enjoy. It's almost like every bag is a prototype. You know, I would imagine that makers at companies, they get excited about the prototype. It probably looks, yeah, I don't know if they do it. They don't do it like this, but it looks more similar to this than when a bag is going to be made for production. It's probably, it's stenciled out. Everything is sort of already thought about to where they just piece it together and sew it together. Whereas for me, I get to actually put it together, like sort of make it as I go, which is fun. It's definitely not monotonous. How about that? I think I overdid it with wearing a long sleeve shirt. I'm gonna change that. Yeah. All right, now we're talking. Some years ago, when me and Elsa started managing the retreat center in India, I wanted something that I could wear every day and not have to think about it. And so I started wearing black shorts, really comfortable, so, with zippered pockets, elastic band, breathable inside, breathable mesh. Both pockets have zips, and black tank tops. And I tuck it in because the elastic sort of bothers me a little bit, so I started tucking it in. And I wear this. This is my outfit every day. I've got stacks of the black tank tops and maybe 10 pairs of the shorts. And I just wear, this is what I wear every day in India while we're working. And turns out that it's so easy that I end up wearing it every day here as well. And so for the past 2 or 3 years, I have worn this pretty much every day. I don't really have any other clothes. I have the most, I think everything I own could fit in a very, maybe in just the bags that I have. I mean, it's so little amount of stuff. Yeah, I really like the simplicity of wearing the same thing every day. Not thinking about what I'm gonna wear. I have no interest in it. I find that this is sort of perfect for what I do, and I stay cool. It doesn't show dirt really easily. It's just easy. Anyway, I love it. So, I'm comfortable now. Now let's get back to work. Let's see, I think I'm ready. I think we're ready to go. Yeah, I can fit my whole hand in my pocket. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. Just when you think you're ready, you notice a little something. Okay. Now we're ready. All right. It's a beautiful Saturday here in Portugal. Really nice. A little warmer today, actually. Need to get this out of the way just a little bit if I can. Yeah. Forward a little bit like that. All right, I guess that'll do it. Get that out of the way. So now you can't see anything. Perfect. I'm gonna have to try to change that. Let's see. What can I do? Well, I guess it's gonna be a little bit too hard to see anyways, so I'm just gonna leave it. I guess I could come from the other angle, from over there, but then you have the light behind me. I'll probably just stop it after a bit. I have no clue how old, I've been uploading videos the last few days. I'm just gonna get a bunch of all these videos up, and then everything's unlisted right now. I'll go public with it and start sharing things, and then there'll be all of these videos will already be there. That's the idea. So, I don't know, man. I'm just trying something. Yeah. I'm enjoying it a little bit more and more as I it's always funny to me that I can be so I can forget so easily that things can work if you just try a little bit. Isn't that funny? I guess we're all a little bit like that, but I find it funny because I've done so many things. I've been in the situation so many times where I don't know what's going to happen, and I try, and then it's crazy. Like, usually I'm pleasantly surprised. I was in a not situation, but a huge dilemma. It was the first time I was motorcycling from the north of India to the south, and I was in this city called Udaipur. It's in Rajasthan, the state of Rajasthan. And I had been there for a couple of weeks. It was over like Christmas and New Year's, and it was getting ready. I was starting to think about how I was going to go from there. There was really what I saw was two options. One, I could put it on the train, and I could take the train down to Goa. Because people were telling me like, "You're crazy," You're crazy. You can't do that. You can't motorcycle from here to Goa. It's not a good idea, basically. It's too dangerous. Too dangerous, too crazy. Don't do it. So, I was thinking, man, maybe they're right. I had been up in the north, up in the mountains, up in the countryside. I was about to go from Udaipur, and I would have to pass through like Mumbai. Mumbai is huge. Anyway, I ended up getting in this dilemma about what to do. Put it on the train and have to deal with that, or just go for it and see what happens on the motorcycle. I think I spent about 2 weeks, 2 weeks really boiling my brain over it. And I think the path of least resistance was really going for it on the motorcycle, because doing the train was going to be also difficult in the sense that I was going to have to talk to people and set it up and figure out how to get the bike on, which is quite decently common, but can be quite complicated and unpredictable. And there was all these things that couldn't be predicted, and I would have to figure out something, before I could even do it. Whereas the motorcycle, I could just go. And so it won. I guess in a way it was just getting over my fear that I was having of the unknown of what it was going to possibly be on the motorcycle. And yeah, I mean, I went for it. And I remember, and this has happened so many times, this is just one story, is that once I got going, like within half an hour, I was just, oh, why did this take me so long? I should have done this sooner. So this is one of those situations where I don't know what could come of any of this, but I feel like there's something that could happen, and it is scary. Not scary, but do you put this time into it? I love making bags, but it is in and of itself good enough. I don't need to do further with it. But it seems like fun to add this in. I love technology. I really, 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 really love technology. I've always been that way. And with this new tablet situation I have going on, the story of my technological history is an infatuation with it. And this feels like it's almost like camping and being with my tech at the same time. I feel like, you hear people seeing someone and they're working and they're like near the beach. Oh, what are you doing? Why don't you just enjoy it? It's like I'm able to do work and be here. I think that's huge. So combining these things together for me feels right, and that's kind of what I mean. I don't know, man. Why give me? I don't know. This seems like it. Whether it be like it, I don't know. we'll see. But it feels right, combining this with the community and interaction, and using the tech. I have a fear that when we leave this. Right now, I'm getting to use tech like crazy because of the work I'm doing with the retreat center. I'm communicating with 10 to 30 people at a time, and I'm on WhatsApp Business and WhatsApp Personal, and I've got Gmail, and I'm using this other email client, and I'm using templates and responding. I'm doing everything from the tablet. It's crazy. And I came from a laptop with a dual like thin travel monitor. I had a sweet setup. The story of getting this specific tablet is pretty hilarious. Maybe I'll tell that another time, but the way we transitioned from that, because I was on computers, then I went to a tablet, then I went back to a computer, and now I'm back on this tablet. And for the first time ever, I actually was able to leave my laptop. It's a combination of RAM, processing speed, multitasking, multi-view, what else? Fast charging, waterproof, and AI and voice typing, and the workflow works. My last tablet was also a Samsung, the Samsung Galaxy Note Pro 12.2, and that had 3 gigs of RAM. This has 12 gigs of RAM. 12 gigs of RAM for a tablet it basically can do everything. And I really, like right now, I have split screen, browser, 20 tabs open, email, and 2 floating windows, YouTube going on. I mean, this thing, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 floating, minimized floating windows, which I can call on anytime. And I've got keyboard shortcuts set up with a custom remapper app. I've got a new keyboard coming tomorrow, a foldable one. I haven't had a foldable keyboard since I must have been 15 or 16 when I bought a compact iPac. Couldn't do anything. I spent like $900 on that thing. But I had this foldable keyboard that went with it, and I really don't like this trackpad here because I touch it and sometimes I touch it and gets sort of the cursor while I'm typing. So this trackpad has one over here. I think it's better quality too. This one is not great quality, but it's really thin, which I wanted, and it goes right up against the tablet in the bag. So that part I do like. Anyway, so combining this, yeah. Oh man, I love it. I really love it. I've got, this custom watch face. There's an app called Watchmaker. You can make from a blank screen, adding all the parts to the watch face. And so this watch face is specifically, custom designed completely by me, giving me exactly what I want. I love that. Usually when you see somebody with a smartwatch, I would say for me, it's been inevitable that it will be the basic pre-installed watch face. And those are terrible. This one is, say what you will about the actual look of it, because that's subjective, but it does work exactly the way I want it to where when I look at it, it gives me exactly the information I want to know. Central time zone in America, time zone in India, big month, day of the week, Saturday, and the day of the month, the battery of the watch, the moon phase that actually changes. So right now it's full moon, step count, and heart rate, and that's it. Then I've got some quick actions where I can actually tap some shortcuts, and it goes to like WhatsApp and things like that. I've got an eSIM in here, and so I run with it. So Elsa can message me, and I can chat with her if I need to. It does voice messages. And then this strap is the one that came with it, and I used a leather hole punch that you use for punching holes in leather, and I made this. I mean, it's so much better than the one that came with it, like the way it came. This breathes. It's way lighter. It's more flexible. It's just, yeah, it's way better to use it. Anyway, so I really can't say how much I'm into tech. I said the other day that I'm hopefully, instead of hopelessly, I'm hopefully in love with tech. My good buddy JB gave me this when I visited him in America. He lives outside Nashville, and he surprised me by giving me this. And he got one too, and he had all these little accessories that he bought to like let me choose what I wanted to have for it. And I ended up going with this titanium clip that's put on here. I put that on the thing by a really, really, really strong double-sided tape. And then I also took this magnetic clip, magnets, and then I bought this. This is a titanium comb, and I use it for my hair. It's actually very, very satisfying. I love titanium. This is also titanium, the watch, so it matches. Pretty cool. Oh, all this little stuff and things. But who would have thought? What a combination, these two together. You know, I actually put it here. When I go walk, I'll put it there. Then I'll take it out, do a little comb, put it back. I'll do a little fidgety with it, taking it on and off, clipping it. You know, and then of course it has the flashlight. Yeah, amazing. I love all these little things. Bag, zipper bag. This is with X-Pac VX21, and this is X50 Tactical, and this is VX21. So this is X50 Tactical, so same, and then this is VX21. So these are just combined. This is when I first got this fabric originally, and I wanted to try sewing. I wanted to see what it felt like to cut and sew both of them, and so that's what I did. I put them, combined them to know. Listening to Portuguese like talk to each other sometimes, I feel like they're mad at each other. They're like pretty funny. I love it. Tudo bem, Sir Victor? Queres ajuda? Ok.
Maria, eu não ponho a pé.
O que passa? Que quer? Que fazer?
Tirar a torneira fora, mas a Maria precisa de água.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia.
Depois.
Não, hoje tem que ficar arrumado.
Sim.
Hoje.
Outra coisa, fazer.
Se aquela não der, vai para lá, essa deve vir outra.
Yeah? Ok.
Se aquela não resolver,
Yeah.
devolves, enquanto não vem, fica essa ali.
Yeah. E mais provável.
Mais provável.
Mais. Não,
Vamos ver.
mais.
Sim, vamos.
Teremos tempo.
Sim.
Teremos tempo. O que passa? You know? Tenho nada mais, mas tenho tempo.
Hoje tem que ficar arrumado a torneira.
Sim, senhora.
Vou ao quintal.
Agora. Ok.
Vê se a Maria põe a pé.
Sim.
E depois.
E depois?
20 minutos já feito. Necessita.
Tudo bem.
Tudo bem?
Comeu almoço?
Ok. Quando
Ok.
é que vem?
Hã?
Quando vem?
Elsa? Segunda. Segunda-feira.
Muito mal.
Muito mal. Muito mal. Alright, até já.
Veja.
Anyway, this was a cool little find here. One day I saw this. I don't remember how I came upon it, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh man. Oh man, it's made out of, this is actually X-Pac, which is very similar to VX21 from X-Pac. It's a little different. I think it's like specifically recycled, but it's got a very similar, yeah, anyway, this is made by a company called Code of Bell, and I'd been wanting to try a hat with, made out of this fabric, but no one was making one that I liked. So I had to go for it. I always run with some sort of hat on, and usually I run with a hat similar to this. Like this is another one. So when I run, I'll keep it really high off of my head, like this. So I want it very stiff, so it runs like that. And then when I'm running, it keeps the sun out of my eyes, and I can change the position of it. If the sun's over here, I can lift it up and let air go. Move it over here. If I don't need it, I can flip it back. Protects my bald head from the sun. I mean, I don't like the glare on my eyes, and yeah, it just feels better when I have shade over my eyes, basically. Anyway, so I had to try it. I ended up getting it out of this shop from Japan, and the company's based out of Los Angeles, but there's this one shop in Japan, because they were sold out in Los Angeles, actually. Anyway, I paid like $70 to have it shipped here, and yeah, I used it quite a lot. I really like it. I don't really like this style though. This style of paneling. This is a new type of paneling that they've started, but I'm not a big fan. And this sent me on a hunt over the. I don't want to get into it too much, but the hunt. I was gonna make a hat. I was like, why don't I just try to make one? But I realized I needed to figure out the actual panel style, and then I realized like maybe I could find a hat that had the panel style, and I could just take that hat apart and use it as paneling template for the fabric and make one. And I looked and looked and looked and realized there was so many little nuances of hat designs, even though they look fairly similar. Even a hat that looks similar to this, it can be different, and this one is as well. I mean, it can matter how wide this is, the front panel, the side panels, how they're cut, and there are some sort of standards, but yeah, there's a lot. But I ended up finding exactly the one I wanted to use for the template. I was actually in America when I found it. And the idea was to make it out of X-Pac and make it with a lot more airflow. This one has they did some laser cutouts, and it's got some in the back. Oh, you can't see any of that. But I want more. Long story short, it didn't happen because I ended up finding another hat that I like even more for running. So I ended up just buying it. It was like $20, and it's totally different idea. And then come to find out, I realized that X-Pac and this stuff is not really good for this kind of thing because it doesn't breathe at all. It literally doesn't breathe at all. It's completely waterproof fabric, so it does not breathe. Which makes a hat, even hotter, you know? God, there's something down here. It's like a fly or something. Crazy. Anyway, whatever. I don't know what it is. Okay, so yeah, I ended up going with this other hat, and it's been great. It is what I should have had the whole time in a way. I mean, it's excellent. It doesn't travel as easily, and it's not something I'd wear otherwise, but it's awesome. It's more of a big brimmed hat with all this cutouts, and it even has actual reflection on the top. I've been thinking about doing a review about that, just because it's such a unique hat, so actually useful. All right, I guess that's all I'm going to say about it right now. It's quite a lot. I've got a USB powered fan here, tablet, light. All this stuff is going on. I need to get another light here, and so I have light coming from both ways. Right now I'm just using this little like desk lamp with a warm bulb. Pretty weak actually. All right, I'm gonna start on this. Otherwise I'm just gonna keep talking. All right, see you. Ciao.